Hey Alexander, how's it going? I was just looking at your shot here, and let's take a look at it. The main things that I noticed, um,
People.
I really like I really like, there's a lot of good facial in it, and good expressions, and some good stuff going on, like in here. Like I love how he's thinking. He's like, people, I like how his head kind of kicks back like that. There's some strange things that I feel like are going on in the body and the root of the character, mainly in how he gets into each pose. So here we have kind of a big weight shift. Let's see if I can draw this. So he's kind of straight up and down here, and then he kind of goes. He just kind of translates over to the side. Like there's no like kind of weight shifty counterbalance thing that's going on. He just seems to kind of translate over. And then I think that I have a feeling that if you looked at if you charted the root, um, it's kind of very even. Like you may need to go in and sort of offset the ty as opposed to the tz or the tx, because it seems like it's all hitting one frame, and then it's not only, it's moving up and over at the same time, and sometimes you have to offset those to get a curve so that it actually starts going up, or it starts translating up, and then it keeps going up as it's coming back, and that kind of makes an arc, because it goes, up and then over and down or whatever. And I just feel um, like in here, like I feel like if you looked at the root, then it kind of goes up and back. It kind of goes like that when it needs to sort of start going up earlier and then keep going up. So how can I put this? So the graph for the ty would look like this, right? And if the side to side was the tx, then it would do what? It would be going, it would kind of peak like this maybe, start coming back the other way, but it's still coming up. It's something like that. I think that would be correct. But in other words, they kind of need to be offset to create sort of an arc, so that he kind of comes down and that root sort of comes over like that. Because right now it's very it's very over and then back kind of a thing going on. And then the whole time the spine is like perfectly straight. Um, and then like here, I feel like he should be kind of, again, if he's up on that hip, you know, more counterbalanced to himself. Um, um, Something like that. Because in here, like, there's this just looks like a translation over. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of, the root hits and then it starts going that way. When it sort of needs to kind of ease, there needs to be like some elevation, some ty and tx or whatever the side to side is at the same time. And then there's one back here that's really obvious. Like that's a good pose right there, right? Good lip sync. And then this one right here, if you look at the body, he just kind of translates directly over. This just kind of, in kind of a very even spacing, the root just translates over, and the spine is held the same way. When really, if this was a real, an actual weight shift, you would probably do something like, you'd see that the root, if it was kind of like that there, then it would be, you know, translating, or, it would be rotating to kind of change its angle, and the shoulders will counterbalance. So this pose is okay. It's just how he gets into it. It's just like there's not an effective change, I guess, from one pose to the next. It just kind of looks like he's like this, and then he just goes, you know what I'm saying? Um, and that's mainly the notes that I had. It just like body mechanics type stuff. Just how that spine kind of whips into that pose right there. It's just a little, it's kind of a little jarring. It just seems like like the root is here like this, and then it starts to, over the course of 5 or 6 frames, it kind of rotates, when really, I almost feel like the whole time it should be changing its angle. Hopefully that makes sense. It's mainly what I see is like body mechanics type weight shift stuff, which is going on in there, and just make sure when you do weight shifts, you're also changing, because when we shift our weight, we're also counterbalancing our upper body as well, and when we shift our weight, we don't always, we don't like, if we stayed in the same position, we'd probably fall over. So that's all I really see. I mean, I like the lip sync stuff. I like the ideas and the thinking that's going on, but I just think that there's just some of that weight stuff. Like, look at the, start offsetting the keys in the root. And maybe you haven't gotten there yet or whatever, and that's fine too. But that's kind of, I thought I'd just throw that out there, and hopefully that helps and makes sense in some way. But I hope that helps, and I hope you're doing good, and I'll see you in Q&A. Take care.